The rain poured down on the city, mirroring the tears she'd cried in the past year. Lena stood alone in her apartment, the echoes of his voice still ringing in her mind. The memories lingered, a constant reminder of the love that had consumed her and the pain that had ultimately destroyed her. She clipped the engagement ring off her finger, the weight of it feeling like a burden she'd carried for far too long. The diamond sparkled, a cruel reminder of the promises he'd broken. She'd given him everything, her heart, her soul, her trust, and he'd shattered it all, leaving her a shell of the woman she once was. The walls were still adorned with pictures of them laughing, happy and in love, but she'd been blind to the signs, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the emotional abuse. It had all been disguised as love. As she dropped the ring into the trash, a sense of numbness washed over her. It was over. The toxic relationship that had drained her life away was finally over, but the pain still lingered, a festering wound that would take time to heal. As she stood there, the weight of her decision settled in. Lena felt a pang of uncertainty. She'd been with him for so long, she'd forgotten what it was like to be alone. The silence in her apartment was deafening, punctuated only by the sound of her own ragged breathing. She walked over to the couch, running her fingers over the worn fabric. They'd spent countless nights cuddled up here, watching movies, laughing and pretending to be happy. But the memories were tainted now, soured by the constant arguing, the tears and the broken promises. Lena's gaze fell upon a photo on the coffee table. It was a picture of the two of them taken on a romantic getaway to the beach. He was smiling, his arms slung around her shoulders, pulling her close. She looked so happy, so in love. But looking at it now, she saw the signs she'd ignored. She remembered the day he gave her the ring, getting down on one knee in the same spot where she now stood. He'd promised her the world, vowed to love her forever. But forever had come and gone, leaving her with nothing but the echoes of his lies. With one final glance back, Lena pushed through the door and stepped into the night. The cool air hit her like a refreshing wave, shaking off the remnants of her past. Each step felt lighter, a sense of liberation washing over her as she put distance between herself and the heartache. As she strolled through the quiet park, the moonlight danced on her skin, making every shadow feel like an old memory fading away. Lena closed her eyes, inhaling deeply and letting the warmth of the night fill her with hope. Hope for a fresh start and a life unburdened by the past. Lena found a bench under a tall oak tree, the leaves whispering softly in the breeze. She pulled out a small notebook from her bag, the pages blank but full of possibilities. With each word she wrote, she felt a sense of clarity, a roadmap for the life she was ready to reclaim. With each stroke of her pen, Lena felt empowered, crafting a narrative that was solely hers. She glanced up, taking in the sight of couples laughing and sharing tender moments, but instead of jealousy, she felt a spark of inspiration, the realization that love could wait until she was whole again. As the last words flowed from her pen, Lena closed the notebook, a smile creeping onto her face. This was just the beginning. Standing tall, she stretched her arms towards the sky, welcoming the first light of dawn that promised new adventures and endless possibilities. With each step away from the park, Lena felt a weight lifting off her shoulders, her heart brimming with hope and excitement. The notebook left behind on the bench became a symbol of her aspirations, an unfinished story waiting to be written, one that she was ready to fill with adventures yet to come. Stepping into the cafe, the rich smell of coffee enveloped her like a warm hug, fueling her creativity as she found a corner table. With her notebook spread before her, she felt excitement surge, ready to transform her dreams into a narrative that pulsated with life and possibility. As conversations flowed around her, Lena immersed herself in the collective energy of creativity, drawing inspiration from the stories shared by other writers. Each laugh, each nod of understanding fueled her ambition, reinforcing the idea that her journey was not a solitary one, but part of a larger narrative. With a newfound determination, Lena's pen danced across the pages of her notebook, capturing every fleeting thought and idea sparked by the conversations. The cafe pulsed with the rhythm of creative minds at work, each writer contributing to a tapestry of stories that filled the air with possibility. In a moment that felt electric, Lena locked eyes with a fellow writer across the cafe, an unspoken understanding passing between them. The mystery of this connection intrigued her, sparking a notion that perhaps there was more to explore beyond the pages of her notebook. Seated together, Lena and her new companion shared laughter and stories, weaving an immediate bond that felt both refreshing and familiar. As she opened her notebook to reveal her aspirations, their exchange turned into a dance of ideas, each word sparking further inspiration. In a comfortable silence, Lena and her new friend savoured the rich flavours of their coffee, appreciating the ease of their growing connection. The pages of her notebook bore the marks of their shared insights, a testament to the power of collaboration in unlocking the fullness of her creativity.